The energy around?
I did. I really liked the chanting this time. This was the first time actually that I could follow along with the chanting, and I did it all the way through.
In 2015, when Michael Kokoska first joined the Georgia Meditation Center, he appeared at first like anyone else beginning the path, respectful, attentive, simply present. But very quickly, something began to reveal itself. He didn't ask ordinary questions. His questions carried depth, contemplation, and a clarity far beyond his years. And over time, it became clear that his reflections were not simply intellectual, but were arising from his own inner practice and growing stillness of mind. What began as an ordinary beginning was already the start of something extraordinary in the making. By 2016, that inner unfolding had deepened. Meditation was no longer just something he was learning, it was something he was living. He began integrating the teachings into daily life, not as theory, but as direct experience. From this practice, a quiet intention emerged, a sincere wish to go deeper, to step beyond the life of a lay practitioner and enter the monastic path. It was not rushed, it was not casual, it was a turning inward towards something he felt with full sincerity, and eventually he expressed the wish to ordain temporarily as a monk in Thailand. What followed would simply not be travel, but a transformation of identity itself. Within a year and a half after making his intentions, he left for Thailand, leaving behind familiarity, comfort, and certainty. There were uncertainties at the time about timing and conditions, but he moved forward anyway, not because everything was clear, but because his intention was clear, to follow the path fully and allow life to unfold as it would be. And in that unfolding, he entered monastic life, receiving ordination as Venerable Michael Viradhammo. What took place was not symbolic, it was foundational. A complete shift in identity, from lay life into a disciplined path of renunciation, guided by simplicity, structure, and deepening stillness. He was the third member of the Georgia Meditation Center's Wednesday group to ordain in Thailand, but the first to make a full, sustained commitment to the monastic path. What made his journey remarkable was not only ordination itself, but how fully he had already begun to embody the practice before it. He had started practicing meditation seriously and incorporating the teachings into his daily life, even as a lay practitioner. And once ordained, that practice deepened further. His update from Thailand reflected this clearly. Long hours of meditation, simplicity of life, and a steady dedication to training the mind. Over time, what stood out was not just discipline, but transformation. A mind becoming clearer, a life becoming simpler, a heart becoming more compassionate. wisdom shaped through the stillness of the mind, a deeper understanding of reality and truth, a life devoted not to status or achievement, but to service, a presence granted deeply to guide others, a practice no longer studied but fully embodied, a way of living rooted in discipline, sacrifice, perseverance, mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, a path walked through the passage of time, minutes into hours, hours into days, days into months, months into years, and years into a decade of unwavering commitment to pursuing perfections. "10 years later, a life in the saffron robes, rooted in merit, devoted to the cultivation of inner stillness and in sharing that inner peace with others, shaped through years of discipline and kanti paramis that are not always visible from the outside. Through his practice, teachings, and writings, he has gone on to touch and inspire thousands of lives around the world, helping people discover inner peace and lasting happiness from within. From an early beginning that seemed ordinary to a path that slowly revealed itself as extraordinary, his journey has become one of transformation, depth, and unwavering commitment to making the world brighter. And for those of us at the Georgia Meditation Center, we remember how it all began right here in this very room where many of you are sitting today. A journey quietly began in one person who would go on to make a real difference in the world. A life that has become something far greater than what anyone could have first imagined, and something to look back on with deep gratitude, knowing he showed up again and again with the best version of himself, and never letting go of the ultimate journey, the journey within.